Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 21. So we're kind of in the home stretch now, and we're getting ready to start this school festival, which we haven't actually gotten going. And I realized, funny enough, that just a few episodes back in Keep Your Hands Off Aizokin, they had a school festival. And it's just funny that two different series are having school festivals around the same time. And I know that in Japan this is a common thing. I mean, schools have this in Japan. So it's not like it's a big surprise that multiple anime that are currently airing would have a school festival in that season. So it's not like this massive surprise, but at the same time, I don't know, it just came off as kind of funny to me. But either way, so yeah, they're getting ready to start the festival. Eri is able to come to the festival as a basically special guest. She's going to go with Mirio, and Class 1A is working on their music project, and yeah, it's just like everything's kind of going according to plan, except that there is also another plan in the making, because we have Gentle Criminal and La Brava planning to sneak in. Now, it doesn't seem like they actually plan to do anything else. They just want to sneak in to kind of prove they can. So I don't think they're going to get involved in any way, like attacking anyone or starting trouble. They just want to sneak in. I think the most harmful thing they'll do, or not really a harmful thing at this point, I think the one thing that they'll probably do that'll give them away is they'll try to broadcast, they'll try to record a video or even live stream inside, or just the entire time while they're sneaking in. And I think that'll probably end up being their downfall. I do think that we'll see what Gentle's quirk is, because I'm fully convinced that the bounce thing, you know, when they bounced off the ground kind of bounced them upward when they jumped onto the building. I'm fully convinced that was La Brava's quirk, because when we saw on the video with the J-Store robbery, when Gentle used his quirk on that, La Brava had cut away, and when it cut back, he had like this purple smoke surrounding him. And he didn't have that when they jumped up on top of the building. So, yeah, I think that his quirk is something completely different. Yeah, I don't think Eri's going to be in danger in this. I don't think anyone's really going to be in a massive amount of danger. And I still kind of hold by my theory that we're going to have the battle with Gentle, and I do think we're going to have a battle, because I do think that that Gentle and La Brava are going to be discovered, and probably by Deku, if I had to wager. They're going to be discovered, and yeah, they're going to have to defend themselves against the heroes. I definitely think that, and I think that's going to happen before we get to the actual performance and stuff. Because the performance, I think, is going to be kind of the last thing to kind of close things out. So it's like, yeah. Right now, I kind of see it as like we're probably going to have like this episode 21, and we're just going to kind of get things started. Then episode 22 and probably the first part of 23, I think, is going to be Gentle's infiltration and fight and all. And then 24 and 25, or the rest of 23 going into 24 and 25, are going to close out the festival and have the performance and all, as well as just close out the season, set up for the next season, that kind of stuff. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. That's just my guess as of now. I am excited to see more of this, though. As always, it is one of my favorite anime, so I'm very much excited to see where this goes. And when season 5 comes along, that's going to be just as good. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this in another video or if I just mentioned it on Discord or whatnot. But as for the new My Hero Academia movie, I will not be reacting to it yet because I have found out that apparently the movie takes place after an arc that's still like 3 arcs in the future. There there's 3 arcs in the future. Let's put it this way. Okay, this is the school festival arc, and then there's 2 different arcs after that, and then the arc after those 2 is the arc that the movie takes place after. And although there might not be like a huge amount of spoilers for those arcs and stuff, I would rather watch the series still in order because there might be things that I do miss out on. There might be things that will make more sense and be more just, logic for watching it as it goes. You know what I mean. I'd rather watch it in order. So I'm going to actually wait on the movie until I have seen that arc in the anime, which might be next season, but it might even not be until season 6. And I hate to do that. I hate to have to wait all that time, but I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary because, again, I just feel like it would be wrong to possibly spoil myself on stuff that could be big. And I just want to watch it in order, So yeah, I will not be reacting to the second My Hero Academia movie for quite a while. Also, fun fact, I did hear that it's also supposed to be the final movie. They're not planning on making any more My Hero Academia movies, which is a little disappointing, but I mean, maybe they'll change their mind somewhere down the line. That's just kind of that's just what they're saying now. But yeah. Either way, I don't know anything about this episode. I was luckily able to stay away from spoilers. Yeah, the only thing I can assume is it's going to start the school festival. I mean, at this point, I think we would need to finally start getting into that. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, as for the video I posted yesterday about my depression kind of having a surge there, it's definitely a lot better today, but yesterday was definitely a crapshoot. Yesterday I was in bed most of the day, if not sleeping, then just kind of laying there doing not much of anything. It's a lot better today so far, luckily. I mean, it's only like 11:30 in the morning currently, but still. But yeah, this entire situation is just upset me, and I know that I'll end up being fine, that I'll get past a lot of it, but it's like, you know how mental illnesses work. It's like, kind of makes you think otherwise for quite a while. So yeah, it's like, don't worry about me. It's like, I'll be okay. I'll be okay in the long run. It's just, yeah, I just had a really, really bad day yesterday. I was just really bad off. But yeah, either way. So we're just gonna get started on this, not waste any more time, and just kind of hope for the best with this episode. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirecting and go to the description below. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, Everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay. Yeah, this did not go quite how I was expecting. See, I thought Gentle and LaBrava were going to actually already have snuck in before the battle happened and all. But it's like, I don't know. I guess I just completely zoned out on the entire alarm thing and how the police would shut the festival down if there was any sense of an alarm. I guess I just completely forgot about that, you could say. Um, and so yeah, if that kind of thing did happen in there, it would have shut down the festival and things would not have worked out. And that's definitely not going to be happening because we've had so much build up to this festival now, on both the parts of Aerie joining in on it, as well as the performance. They're not just going to cancel it like that. Horikoshi wouldn't do that, I feel. So the most logical explanation would be for Deku to somehow come across Gentle and LaBrava outside of the school. And that is what happened. Though, again, it just didn't occur to me until it actually happened. It's like, oh, wait. So yeah, everyone's getting ready for the festival. Deku notices that they need to get some new rope. So in the morning, he heads out to do so after doing some extra training with All Might, and getting his new gear from May. So he heads out and he ends up meeting Gentle and LaBrava. At first, not knowing who they are, but Gentle kind of gives himself away by just continuously talking to Deku about tea and shit. Deku recognizes his voice and kind of puts 2 and 2 together. And so we find out that Gentle is the one who has the elasticity quirk. He is able to make anything elastic, whether an object or surface he can touch or even the air itself. This can be used in multiple different facets, from allowing him to bounce off objects in the air to like kind of dash around really quickly. As we've seen, he can bounce himself upwards and others upwards to like a higher place. But he can also use it on certain objects in order to, make them rubbery and use that to his advantage in multiple situations, such as what he did with the steel beam. So it's actually a pretty interesting and altogether useful quirk. Like, it does have a valid use in a lot of different manners. But I'm just wondering what that purple smoke was. Was that just a dramatic thing that they did for the video then in the J-Store robbery? Or was that LaBrava's quirk? It's kind of implied in this episode. LaBrava kind of implied that her quirk might be a secret weapon that they use only in the most toughest of situations, which is most likely going to come in next episode. I'm just wondering if that has to do with it. But is that why Gentle had the video shut off then, to not show off her quirk? I don't know. But then why would the purple smoke be surrounding him unless her quirk does something to other people? Like maybe some kind of enhancement quirk that affects others. Or at least can affect others. I don't know. I really have no idea what to think of this. Because I was so certain that the elasticity thing, when they bounced up to the building, I was so certain that was LaBrava doing that. Just because of that J-Store robbery scene. But now I'm not sure. And I just don't see any way that purple smoke could be anything but a quirk at this point, too. Because it wasn't regular smoke. And he didn't really do anything that would cause smoke either. Like, there wasn't that much destruction. So unless that was supposed to be like the quirk of one of those heroes there. No, I think at this point, I would have to say it'd have to be LaBrava's. I don't know. That kind of really threw me off. Um, mm, I don't know. So it's interesting to note, though, that with his quirk, he can't turn it off. It's not something he just can stop. Every things will return to their normal firmness after time, but before that can happen, um, it remains like that, and he can't do anything to stop it. It's a temporary thing, but he doesn't actually deactivate it himself, which is interesting. Um, he also mentioned that whatever he changes with that will retain a sort of unusual elasticity still. So it's like it'll be more kind of elastic than usual, but outside of that, it'll still be normally the same. Um, yeah, that's really interesting. Um, and I wonder if he can use it on himself, because so far we've only seen him use it on other things, inanimate objects especially. The air, the steel beam, other stuff like that, the crane. I don't think we've seen him use it on the sidewalk, but I don't think we've seen him use it on himself. Can he use it on, or on anyone else? Can he use it on living beings? Because if so, if he could use it on himself, he could theoretically basically become Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. I mean, just think about it. Um, Theoretically speaking. Um, um, but outside of the jokes and all, like, that would be really OP and actually pretty damn impressive if he can use that on living people and stuff. Maybe we'll find that out next episode. Um, but yeah, so Deku is facing him outside of the sports festival before anything begins. So by that logic, next episode is probably going to finish off this fight with him. Gentle and LaBrava are going to be forced to retreat. And then let's see. Episodes 23 through 25 are going to be the festival and the aftermath. 23 and 24 will probably be the festival. 25 will just be the aftermath, kind of like closing things out for the season. That's my new theory on how the rest of these episodes are going to go. I mean, there might be a tiny bit of the fight in episode 23 as well, at the very beginning. Outside of just, a recap, I mean. But yeah. I guess we'll just have to see. But I am interested. I am definitely interested to see how this goes. I'm very interested to see what LaBrava's quirk is now. And yeah, this should be fun. This should be a cool way to end out the season and everything. A good fight with a really fun villain. So yeah, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of My Hero Academia Season 4, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.